Hi, this is Magnus Svanfeldt at MSM Music. This is a tutorial about how to practice singing and do vocal recordings. I get many questions about how to improve singing and do vocal recordings. So here I'm gonna share some tips and tricks. And this tutorial will cover how to practice singing and how to record vocals. Practice singing. Practicing the song should be done at home and not in the studio when you pay expensive money and waste other people's time. So this is the first thing to remember. If you have written the song, maybe you think you already know it, but my experience is that when you record the song for the first time, it's always something different from what's on the paper and what's actually in your head. First of all, you have to stand up. Now I'm standing up. That is very important when singing, then you can breathe properly. You shouldn't be too stiff while you sing. Don't dance around too much, because then you might lose contact with the mic. But you always sing better if you imagine that you are singing live. I do 3 things when I practice singing a new song. First thing in the practice process is to read the song. That way you can envision the lyrics in your head and see it in front of you. That will help you emphasize parts of the lyrics, which will make the vocals more alive. You give me everything you have and get. To you I will always be in debt. The next thing is to hum it. Both the reading and the humming I do several times before I actually sing it. An alternative to humming is to sing it without consonants. Let's say happy birthday to you would be a-e-o-a-o-u, a-e-o-a-o-u. Might sound silly, but humming and singing without consonants helps you find the correct pitch of the song. Then you sing it. When you sing it from start to end a couple of times. If you have the backing track, you can practice with and without it. Practice to sing and try to hear your voice. It's also good to practice with mic and headphones, so you're comfortable with it when you come to the studio. If it feels awkward singing with headphones, you can put one of the phones like this beside your ear. If some part feels difficult, practice that part separately several times. Also consider changing the lyrics if the lyric doesn't fit perfectly with the music. If you're not the songwriter, that would be okay anyhow. It's you that's going to do the job after all. Most songwriters are used to that and will accept it. The lyrics should follow the rhythm of the song. Now it's time to record the vocals. Because now you have practiced the song and it's time to record it. You will listen to the backing track in your headphones, so it's good that you have practiced that before, so it doesn't feel uncomfortable. Use a pop killer. It kills pops. Like consonants that can be very noisy in the recording. It's also possible to kill those pops in a filter effect afterwards, but it's much better to use a pop filter. The distance to the mic should be about 10 centimeters, 4 inches. First thing is to sing from the start to the end. You can do that 2 or 3 times. The more recorded vocals the engineer has, the easier the editing will be in the post-production. Sing the song in smaller parts. I actually want to sing the song in parts. It works for me, but if you think it's crazy or doesn't work for you, then at least you should try to sing one verse several times. Like the first verse several times, and then the second verse several times, like 2 or 3 or 4 times, and so on. But I actually like to go down to phrases. Here's how to do it. The engineer marks the bars of the phrases in the DAW, the musical program. Then presses the cycle button, which will make the recording make several takes after each other of that particular section.
You give me everything you haven't get. To you I will always be in debt. You give me everything you haven't get. To you I will always be in debt. You give me everything you haven't get. To you I will always be in debt.
When this is done and you have recorded the whole song in different sections, then the engineer can pick from every section the take that works the best. This process is called comping. Maybe you think that there will be inconsistencies between these different parts, these different takes. My experience is there won't. If you're singing the song from start to the end, then there might be inconsistencies instead. Because when you have been singing for like 3 minutes, you don't sing the same way in the beginning as in the end. But if you still want to sing the song from start to end, then I recommend that you sing like verse 1, 2, 3, if it's 3 verses, and then you go back and sing the first verse again. I prefer to have at least 5 or 6 takes of every part, if it's short or if it's long. And actually it's often the second last take that's the best. I don't know why, but that's an experience I have. Dubs and harmonies. The engineer will make your vocals sound thicker by adding EQ, reverb, harmonies, and other effects in the post-production. It's possible to do this just with just one take, but it might sound better with several takes. So this is another reason that you should do several takes and send to the engineer. What's a dub? A dub is a duplicate take that will make the vocals sound thicker and will sound like a reverb or delay. It can also be panned to the sides, so your vocals will fill the room better. The dub must be aligned perfectly with the main take, so it doesn't sound like 2 voices. You achieve that by singing shorter parts, like I said earlier, and sing several times, as described above. So each take will be similar to each other. particularly important are consonants in the beginning and end of words. That will be hard to sync for the engineer. They can be edited away afterwards by the engineer, but you can also sing each word without these consonants in the dub take. The word consonant, for instance, should be sung as consonant. Harmonies or stems can also be created from the main take by the engineer, but they will be better if you sing them. Dubs and harmonies might be used to create a backing choir sound, but it can also be just to make it a little more subtle and not hearable to the listener, but it will anyhow create a thicker sound. Post-production. A lot of things can be done in post-productions, and that I will cover in another tutorial. Thank you. Don't forget to press subscribe if you like this video.